Good afternoon, all of you. Today we are going to start the first video lesson. Before starting, let me welcome our dear principal, Miss Kausar, and head of the Department of English, Miss Naima, and all dear parents and all dear children. Now we are going to start the first video lesson. In this video lesson, I just want to revise the 2 units that we have already finished in the classes. So in the first semester, we have completed the first 5 units, and in the second semester, we started from unit 6 and we completed unit 6 and 7. So in this lesson, today's lesson, I am going to revise the first lesson in unit 6, school lunch. In this lesson, you can read the different lunch in different schools, and you can read about different food items, different styles of eating, how people are eating in different countries, which are the different types of food. So you can read different types of food, different styles of eating around the globe. And you can see in the learner's book 3 texts have given. In these 3 texts, they introduced 3 different varieties of food items and how they are serving the lunch in their school. These things you can come across in these 3 texts, and you can come across many new words also. And you can make these columns like vegetables, fruit, dairy products, grains, and protein based on the 3 texts. You can read again these 3 texts and you can fill up these tables. Which are the vegetables mentioned in this text? Which are the fruit items? Which are the dairy products? Dairy products means milk products. And which are the grains? Which are the proteins? So read this text again and try to complete the tables. We have already finished this, and we made a note in the notebook also, but you can do it in a separate paper, or you can take a new notebook or a book and you can try to complete these tables by reading these text. And in the activity book, we have seen a word search, and in the word search you can find out many items like carrot, chicken, cheese. So many vegetables, fruits names are there, vegetables names are there, dairy products are there, and you can find out the words in the word search. And another activity you can do is you can make a menu card. You can make a menu card as of a starter, as of a main course and a dessert. What are the food items you would prefer as a starter, as a main course and as a dessert? So menu card also we have already made in the class. You can again make a menu card with healthy food items. And the main thing you are coming across in this lesson is healthy versus unhealthy. Healthy versus unhealthy food. So you can make 2 columns and you can write what are the healthy foods, what are the unhealthy foods or junk food. Then another activity you can make is make my plate. You can make a plate like this, and you can divide your plate like this, and you can divide the plate into 4 or 5 sections, and what are the healthy food items you can include in your plate. See here I included fruits, grains, vegetables, proteins. So you can include dairy products and you can include other healthy food items in your plate. So you can take a disposable plate or a paper like this, and you can divide the plate into different sections, and you can give the heading my plate, and you can attach with the notebook, or you can display in your bedroom or your study room. That means healthy versus unhealthy food. And these are the new words that you can come across in this lesson, and we have already done a dictation, and these are the new words: lunch, globe, meal, favorite, healthy, menu, vegetables, dairy product, grain and protein. So you can read these words and you can learn the spellings. You can find out any other new words and you can read all these words. You can learn the spellings also. Now, another thing is, you can see in your activity book there is the difference between some and any. So what is the difference between some and any, or where we can use some and any? So before that, let me introduce countable nouns and uncountable nouns. So nouns, you know that nouns are the name of a person, place, or a thing, like that. So these nouns can be divided into two. First one is countable nouns and uncountable nouns. So what are countable nouns? From the name itself, it's very clear that countable nouns are nouns that can count in numbers. For example, if I am asking you how many friends do you have, you can say the answer in a number. How many chairs are in your class? How many bedrooms are in your home? So we can say the answers in numbers. That are countable nouns. Then uncountable. Uncountable means these are the nouns that can't be count in numbers. They can say in a quantity. Means sugar. We cannot count sugar. We can say a kilo of sugar. We cannot count sugar in numbers. Then another example, a bottle of water. We cannot count water. We can say in a quantity, a bottle of water. Another example is a tub of ice cream, a packet of chips, like that. So countable and uncountable. Now, where we can use some and any. Some and any. So some, where we can use some. We can use some with countable nouns, uncountable nouns, and in positive sentences. Any. We can use any in countable nouns, uncountable nouns, negative sentences, and in questions. Now, what do you mean by positive sentences and negative sentences? I will show you an example. See the example. There is some fruit. We can say this is a positive sentence. Positive sentence means in this sentence you cannot find any negative word like no, not, none, nowhere, no one, nobody, like that. So this is a positive sentence and we can use some in a positive sentence. And we can use any in a negative sentence. See the example. There isn't any fruit. Isn't, is not any fruit. So here is a negative word, not. So this is a negative sentence. And we can use any in a negative sentence. So where we can use some and any, we can use some both with countable and uncountable nouns and in positive sentences, and any we can use with both countable and uncountable nouns and negative sentences, and in questions also. We can ask questions with any. For example, do you have any doubts? Like that we can ask questions. Of course, we can ask questions with some also. So these are the difference between some and any. In these situations we can use some, and these are the cases that we can use any. So I will attach a worksheet based on some and any. You can practice that worksheet and you can send the answers personally. No need to send in the group. So this is all about the first video lesson. This is all about the first lesson in unit 6. And you can read this text and you can learn the spellings of the words. And if so, 3 activities I mentioned here. One, you can make a plate heading my plate, and you can divide your plate into different sessions, or you can make 2 columns like healthy versus unhealthy food, and you can write in your notebook healthy foods and unhealthy foods. And I will attach the worksheet also. So that's all for today. Thank you. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you.